The audiences went crazy in London, and we can only imagine what a New York audience is going to be like.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Following a critically acclaimed, sold-out run on the West End, Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends is coming to Broadway and Manhattan Theatre Club. And we dropped by the rehearsal room to meet the company, led by Tony Award winners Bernadette Peters, Leah Salonga, and Beth Level.
It's my favorite music and lyrics. Steve's music and lyrics are when I do my concerts. Mostly that's what I choose to sing, because every song is like a little musical play. He writes with such depth, and it's just that's where I live, in Steve's music. I'm very excited. I'm excited for the audiences to see, because people that love Sondheim will just, and people that don't even know Sondheim will love the show. It's just, he writes such human conditions, but it's fun. It's a review. There are sections that have some reminiscence of the actual shows, and it's just great.
We just take the songs out. We take them out of the original context. We put whatever we want on top of it, and we make them their own entities. And some of them are, so many of these songs are like one-act plays. So it challenges all of us as actors as well as vocalists. And it's nice that like every tool in my toolbox gets used, including a Cockney accent. So, and even when we were doing it in London, I'm like, my God, this has to come to Broadway. This has to cross the pond. This definitely has to make it to New York, because it's Steve's town.
It's my first immersion, besides that 54 Below thing I did with Sondheim, but it's my first immersion with a company on Broadway to do Stephen Sondheim's brilliant music and lyrics. It really is a privilege, and I'm it's like going to school and performing at the same time.
I had never met Bernadette or Leah before. They were like Broadway royalty to me. So for them to come over and grace our show in the West End just gave it that something other. But yeah, it's the icing on the cake, though, I think, for them to be here in New York. Yeah.
I mean, he was an American genius. And when you sit here and realize that all of this music came out of one heart and one mind, it's an extraordinary tribute to him.
Yeah. And to be able to... Maybe that was the part of the casting too, or the decisions of assembling certain people together, because it's just like it's a true collaboration from the moment, because there's the UK cast that came a week later after rehearsals. We all started together, and it's just an amalgamation of wonderful human beings doing complex, amazing work, and it's
as a team,
as a team, as mates and old friends, and. It's a true collaborative show.
Well, I was just really honoured and very proud to be asked. That's always the first thing, because you always think, oh, I must have done all right then. And then just the thought of it, I just thought, well, I can't miss this. I can't not do it. I have to come. I have to find a way to make this work, and we have.
And whenever you do a job that you absolutely love and it finishes, to get a call 8-9 months later to say, you want to all come together and do it again, and this time in New York, I mean, that's what I was most excited about. I knew what the job was, so I knew how great it was going to be to revisit it again.
Pinch me moments of being in the room. What have some of your biggest pinch me moments been with working on this show?
There's Bernadette Peters. Oh, there's Leah Salonga. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Cameron Baxter. Name many. There's too many. Too many.
Mine would probably be standing next to Bernadette singing Sunday. There aren't too many people that can say that that's happened to them.
I'm just overjoyed. I don't know if there are true words that can encapsulate how I'm feeling. What do you think?
No, it's one of the most exciting things that's ever happened to me. Just to be a part of this show with these people, these old friends and these new friends. I feel very, very lucky to be here.
I think it's surreal. I've been using that word so much today. I mean, we're in the room with literal Broadway legends, creators who have worked with Sondheim since day one. So it's like, it's just magic. It's surreal.
It feels great to be back, especially with this show, bringing Steve back home to Broadway. I mean, Steve is loved in London, you know that, and he loved London as well, and we felt it was the tribute we wanted to give him in London. But now bringing this to Broadway feels like bringing it home. I'm excited to see the reaction to these incredible bits of Broadway history that we have to share.
What's given you the most joy being in this rehearsal room, putting this show together for Broadway?
Well, I started to see it in the last 2 days. And in fact, our first full run through is when you all leave, okay? But I saw the first act yesterday, and I saw the second act before, and I'm going, the alchemy of it is extraordinary. And I'm just seeing how people want, because of course they hadn't put it all together. And it's until you're in the room and see performers of this talent like that, everyone is learning from everyone. And there's a sense of love and camaraderie in here, which you cannot. Our job is to cast it with people who will do that, but they have created their own. And I'm seeing here they have seized this, and these are going to be the greatest pile of old friends on Broadway, and the youngest, and the energy in the room is palpable.